Welcome to the Sales Influence Podcast, where we talk about finding the why and how people buy. I'm your host, Victor Antonio. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for lending me those ears. And if you're watching this on video, I appreciate those eyeballs as well. Today, I want to talk about taking control, or maybe even controlling the flow of a conversation. Taking control and owning that flow. In other words, what we're finding out today, that customers need help in making a buying decision. Fair enough, right? They need help making a buying decision. Selling today is not so much about positioning feature, benefit, advantage, and gain. Yes, we have to do all that. But sometimes, if not all the time, I should say, we need to control the flow of the conversation. What do I mean by that? Customers are struggling to make a buying decision. They're struggling to make a buying decision because there's too many options, too many features, too many things to consider. And on the other side of the equation, the risk might be high, so they better make the right decision. So our job is to figure out what's holding the customer back from making that buying decision. Now, oftentimes a customer will want more information, right? Or they'll want another demo. So for example, if a customer asks for another demo, here's a script I'd like you to consider using. Now, the last thing I want to do, Mr. Customer, is waste your team's time with another demo that isn't really going to provide you with any new information. Now, notice what I just said. Last thing I want to do is waste your time doing another demo that's not going to provide any new information. You can say also tag on something like this. I also know that you aren't ready to move forward, so let's talk about why that is. Now, this is being a little bold here. You're letting the customer look. I know you're not ready to move forward. Why don't we talk about why that is? Another demo is not going to help you. What's really holding you back? And again, what you can then offer is some type of comfort. Say, let me know what's holding you back, and then I can give you the information or the tools you'll need to help you or your team make a buying decision. That's what I mean by taking control of the conversation or owning the flow. Notice that you're not afraid of the customer. Let me just say this again. You're not afraid of the customer. When the customer says, give me another demo, when you know they've seen everything, right? You're just pretty much saying, another demo is not going to do you any good. I mean, there's something else holding you back. What is it? Now, one of the things I've always loved is I'm always a fan of the Toyota Way. When I read the book, The Toyota Way, I learned about the 5 whys that was developed. So maybe you can use the 5 whys to dig deep. Again, continuing with the demo example, I would ask the question on the 5 whys. Why another demo, right? And the customer said, well, we just want to play with it some more, Victor. Well, why, right? Well, we just want to make sure it can perform X function. Well, why is that function critical to you? Well, it's critical because it's something we're going to use regularly. Why? Because we need additional, whatever it may be, fill in the blank. Why? Well, we don't have enough resources and tools, so we definitely need that feature. So if I dig deep enough through my 5 whys, I can figure out what the real problem is. Again, if you dig deep enough, when you go through the 5 whys, you'll figure out what the problem behind the problem is, or the question behind the question. So here's what I'd like you to do. The next time you're talking to a client and they're asking you for something that's redundant, in other words, they're asking you for another referral, they're asking for another demo, and you know you've done the extensive demo in this case, then let's just kind of pause. Mr. Customer, we can do another demo, but I really don't want to waste your team's time and, an effort here. I know right now something's holding you back from buying. Can I ask what that is? And if you can tell me what that is, then maybe I can supply you with the information or the tools or whatever may be necessary for you to make that buying decision. Can you help me understand what's holding you back? Now, this requires a certain level of confidence when you're talking to a customer. But remember, this isn't cockiness, it's confidence. And you're transmitting to the customer also that you're being authentic and genuine in caring for what they want. The best of the best are not afraid to talk about money. They're not afraid to stop a presentation, in this case, a presentation flow, to say, whoa, why do you want that? Can you really give me the reason behind it? You're not trying to be belligerent. You're just trying to figure out, what is it, Mr. Customer? Because I want to help you make a buying decision. And if you come at it in that conversation flow with that intent that I'm just trying to understand what's holding you back so I can give you the tools, information, resources, whatever it may be, necessary for you to make a buying decision. When you can come at them like that, they're going to look at you differently, but I think you're also going to exude this wanting to help them, this genuine authenticity that you really care and you really want to help them, not just sell them. Let me know what you think. Leave me some feedback on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, or wherever you're listening or watching. Would love to hear what you think. Being bold asking tough questions, digging in with the 5 whys. How does that work? And if you're using it today, how does that work for you? Leave me some feedback. And after you do that, check out the Sales Velocity Academy. I mention all the time, we're adding great new courses. We got a new one coming up called the Perfect Voicemail. That's going to be a great course. And if you're part of the Academy, all our master classes every month are free. So check it out, salesvelocityacademy.com. And on that note, this is Victor Antonio, always reminding you, selling ain't hard when you know how. Take care.
Hi, I'm Victor Antonio. I'm an author, sales trainer, and keynote speaker. I'm often asked, what makes a great speaker? Is it someone who delivers real content that the audience can use? Is it someone who engages the audience so they're part of the learning experience? Or is it someone who can motivate an audience to push them beyond their comfort zone and discover new abilities? The answer is yes. But the most important thing to remember is that I'm not there to look good. I'm there to make my client look good. Simply put, it's never about me, and it's always about them.